how is it that you look at money? Because money is such a central theme when it comes to global conversation, like anything whatsoever, right? And you've, at least, how would you say, you've created a lot of wealth, right? How do you look at money? What's your take on money?
I don't care about money first.
At all?
Yeah. Well, it's easy to say when you don't need it.
Yeah.
But I really don't care about money. I don't spend money. I do believe that money can help in happiness, but I don't think happiness is how you evolve.
Right.
It's not where you are. You can be very rich. If you don't evolve, you won't be happy. Or you can be very poor. If you evolve, your salary gets 50% increase every year, you're going to be happy. So for me, happiness is about evolution more than status. So it's not about what you have, it's more about how you evolve. Could be intellectually, that's what I prefer, or could be on your salary.
Right.
And also, maybe I should explain you something.
Yes, please.
I think dependency on money is a big problem. I'll tell you something. One of my top director that I recruited in Belgium, he was the guy at the time I didn't have a salary myself, because the first 7 years I didn't get salary. He was the guy that had the highest salary of all. It was really a lot. Like he had the salary of 5-10 people easily. And he was the guy the less happy I knew. Why? Because he was very dependent on the money. So his family was in France. He was working in Belgium because he needed to find a job with such a high level of salary. So he relocated himself to Belgium, but the family stayed to France. He had some families in the US, so he had to sustain that. So because of that, he was very dependent on money. And because he was very dependent on money, he had to separate himself from the family to work in Belgium. He had to work hard on things. Sometimes he was not happy just because he needed the money for the kids, for the family, and so on. So I think one key aspect of money is not so much on how much you have, but how much you depend on it. And the less you depend on money, the better it is. For instance, if you are used to a very high quality car, you will never decrease. Yeah. If you decrease, you won't be happy. Right. But if you are used to a shitty car, not a grade one, you'll be happy whatever you get. Right. And so for me, it's key to not depend of luxury or just a regular life. It makes you more happy. Right. It's easier to be more satisfied when you have, when you are not used to depend on luxury stuff.
And so you don't enjoy spending your money?
No, I think it's more important to build something than spending money. I mean,
I like how obvious it is to you.
I do a software that is used by 15 millions of people. Yeah. That changed the way they work. And it's super important because people spend 1/3 of their time at work. Right. So it's really an impact on their life. Right. 1/3 of the time at work. Right. I mean, this is super cool. What else could be cool, more interesting than that? Having a car? Not cool. Going to the beach on holiday? Not cool. Having an impact, helping millions of people, that's great. Right. But I can't see you thinking of retirement with that mindset whatsoever, because you're like... Yeah, but it's not like, work for me is just fun. Huh? I do things that I love. Because I love it, it's not like, I don't think either. But I'm still young, so we'll see. Yeah. Do you foresee yourself ever selling the shares and like just enjoying your life? Like no. Never, right? No. Such an interesting mind. I never sold one single share. I actually always bought shares. You only have ever bought back? Yeah, I got a loan to buy more shares. And so I don't even have a house. I live in the house of my wife. Wow! What, for real? What does your wife do? She's an entrepreneur. She just started her company 3 months ago. Okay. Yeah, what and she reuse materials. So like pallets, wooden pallets. She get the used wooden pallets, restore them, and then resell them. Very interesting. She's starting. She didn't sell anything yet. But is that because she's lived with you so long, she's come to understand that the secret of happiness is to like do your thing and love it? No, but I think I'm with her because we are aligned. Huh? She thinks like me. She has always worked a lot. And, right. Yeah, wow. Yeah. You have a very interesting approach to life. Like, I mean, a lot of entrepreneurs I meet, and in fact, I feel like a lot of Indians might want to be part of entrepreneurship as a culture, because it offers such financial security and then maybe even financial luxury, right? Yeah. You're a purist in that way. You enjoy your work. And the longer I've spoken to you, the longer I've realized that I could sit here,
speak to you for 5 hours about every small technicality of your business, and you'll answer it with the same passion and intent.
Yeah.
Is that how you are at
I mean, isn't it the definition of happiness? It's just to love what you like,
you
love what you do.
Yeah, well, for sure.
I mean, here I don't feel like I'm working. I'm just having a fun conversation with you.
I'm so glad because, I mean, like there's people would like to talk about broader stuff, but I think with you, if I talk about the smallest of stuffs about your business, you'd really enjoy that. Like if I ask you about how you market yourself, would you do that? Tell me about that.
Myself personally, I don't.
Okay.
So usually, if I do something like here, it's just because I want to market the product.
Right.
Myself, I think I'm not very interesting.
No, I think you're very
the product is cool, but not so much me.
Uh-huh.
But the way we market the product is interesting. Our product is between warehouse management, accounting, HR, sales, purchase. It's not easy.
Right.
I mean, it's complex. The business is complex. So the way I see that, in order to market such a complex product, is that you cannot just do push logo marketing. You cannot just put ads and logo doesn't work. You have to educate the market.
Right.
And so it's a lot about explaining, showing. So we invest in education, tutorials, podcasts to explain things. Because what we try to do in marketing is not to market a product, but just to educate people on how we can work differently.
So a lot of it is education because you're kind of changing attitudes?
Because the problem we face is that most managers, they do the same thing year after year without noticing it's not efficient,
right,
just because they used to.
Right.
So we have to explain them, hey, guy, you are wasting your time. Your team is suffering doing administrative tasks just for you. If you don't explain them there is a better way to work, they won't notice it. And they will do the same issue for years.
But you are like, anyone who's driven around Ahmedabad can see you just popping everywhere. Like your logos are everywhere there. It's also in Mumbai at this point. So a lot of it is the billboard stuff. A lot of it is traditional marketing.
Yes, because you need both. Billboard is a small part of what we do in marketing.
Right.
The largest part is actually to create content. Tutorials, videos, with creators like you, but also ourselves. We have teams dedicated to do that. And
then how does that content get distributed to the user?
But most of the time it's for our own users. So they are already using the software.
Right.
So they go on a website and they check, let's say, I need to improve that thing. They go and we have videos for everything. And
that's like more the tutorial part of how to use the software.
Yes, and run your business.
And how's the discovery marketing solved for? How do you solve for that?
For me, the best marketing is word of mouth.
Okay.
Just make your customer be happy, and if they are happy, they will bring more customers.
That's it.
And 80% of your leads, they come from word of mouth.
Really?
The rest, AdWords, LinkedIn, billboards, creators, whatever, it's only 20% of our leads.
Wow. But that's a lot. Like 80% word of mouth means you're running a very successful product.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something else. We are open source.
Right.
You can download the software for free, modify it, study it, and so on. So it helps because being free, it's like a huge value for people,
right,
especially in India. So you get a bigger community and a bigger user base when you are open source, of course.
Brother, ये questions और ये podcast सुन के आपके भी दिमाग के चक्षु खुले ना. So subscribe to this so that you can watch our podcast in small bits and clips while you are busy and, wasting your life away.